Okay, so Thursday, at the Thursday class, we were talking about, testing the scriptures and what makes them authoritative. And we talked about the structure of the universe, and that brought us into talking about the mandala and then the mandala offering. And I had said at that time that somebody had written kind of a modern mandala offering. So somebody found the book that it's in, and I thought I would read it to you. But before I read the new modern, I don't know if it's improved or not, but new and modern version. The reason we make the mandala offering is to create merit and to develop a mind that takes delight in giving. And the whole purpose of it is to think of everything in our entire world, our body, our friends, our relatives, everything we hold dear and precious, everything we could possibly possess, everything that we want even though we can't possibly possess it, the whole shish kebab, okay? And we take all of that and we offer it to the Buddha. Yeah, and the idea is to offer it without any sense of hesitancy, without any sense of, if I give it, I won't have it. Yeah, because you know how that mind comes up. Sometimes we want to give even something very simple to somebody, and the thought comes up, oh, but what happens if I need it later? You know? Or even, it's like the last aspirin in the bottle. But if I give it to so-and-so who has a headache, what happens if I get a headache later on today? I've got to hold on to it. Or, maybe you collect boxes in your basement. I stayed with somebody once, whole basement filled with boxes. I see a few people are squirming. You may have other things that you cherish, that you hold on to. Things that other people look at and go, but like for us, they're just so precious. Yeah? Or things we could possibly have that we're dreaming of having one day, or people we're very attached to that we don't want to be separated from, and we think, we need to be with them, and they're better off being with me than anybody else. And we offer them all to the Buddha too, because actually it's better if they're with the Buddha, isn't it? Buddha can guide them to enlightenment. I'm not sure what we guide them to. Yeah. So, but it's a way of really overcoming our attachment to things. So in the old version, you create, Mount Meru, the king of mountains in the center. You remember, because we've chanted this together. And the 4 continents and the 8 subcontinents and the 7 rings of mountains with the seas between them and all the different, the special offerings and goddesses and so forth. And a lot of that has India symbolism according to Indian culture. And I think it was either Dagpo Rinpoche or Daya Rinpoche who wrote a book about symbology and talked about, some of these things and what they symbolize and why we offer them, And so many times with these different things, like the different precious objects that belong to a universal monarch, we offer those as a way of creating the circumstances for us to, when we're bodhisattvas, to have all the external help we need to be able to be of great benefit to sentient beings. Because when you're a bodhisattva and you want to benefit, you need people and things to help you. Otherwise, you're kind of one person that going there, I want to do this and and I can't do it all. Okay? So a lot of it has deep symbology. And so I think it's good to keep chanting the traditional version, okay, and doing the mandala offering. When you're doing it as part of your nunjo practice, your preliminary practice, where you do 100,000 of them, and you're offering again and again, my universe I offer, and I offer my universe again, and I offer my universe again, and I offer it again. And you do a whole session of just giving, giving, giving. It really has quite a profound effect on your mind, and it changes how you feel inside. Yeah. So I wanted to read you this one because this might show you another way to think, even though you might be reciting the old one, to think in the way of this new one. Okay? And, you know, we might choose to kind of rewrite it even again. I mean, I've already changed one word in it, so. And I haven't really sat down and looked at it seriously. Okay, so we start out Om Vajrabhumi Ahong. This is the basic open ground, the ground of my being. Okay, so instead of just the ground of the world, the ground of my being. Om Vajrareki Ahong. Here is the circle of my totality. This is the center of my totality, the axis mundi. This is in the environment in which I live. These are the oceans and mountains, the lakes and rivers, the rocks and trees. These are the beautiful places I treasure, the plants and flowers, the wildlife. These are the cities and towns that I live and work in, their value and downfall. These are the people I live among and work among. They are my friends and acquaintances, those I depend upon. These are the people I struggle with, the objects of my aversion and confusion. Here is my work, my livelihood, my action in the world. This is my home, my garden, and my possessions, the things I treasure and value, and the objects of attachment. These are my loved ones, my family, my private life. This is the body I inhabit in this life. These are my sense pleasures, the food, the music, the beauty I value. These are my dreams, my ambitions, my plans. These are all those things I wish for in my life that may or may not come to pass. These are my qualities, my talents, and my gifts. This is the knowledge and learning I have gained in my life. These are my habits, my emotional problems, my wounds. This is the core of my identity that I hold on to as real. This is the spiritual journey I am on. These are the qualities and realizations I aspire to. These are the obstacles and difficulties on the path. These are the essential ingredients of my awakening. This is the treasure of my Buddha potential. This symbolizes my awakening, my victory over the confusion and suffering of myself and the confusion and suffering of all sentient beings. I offer this mandala I offer this mandala of my essential totality and offer my being to all the Buddhas for the welfare of all sentient beings. Please bestow your inspiration. All those objects of my mind's three poisons, coveted, friend, foe, and stranger, body, wealth, worldly pleasures, without a feeling of loss, I offer. Receive them, please, and free all beings from their bondage. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah? And, you know, to really, to think in this way that, you know, to go through everything in our life, yeah, without holding back anything, you know, even our dreams, our reputation, you know, the whole thing, you know, and offer it. You know, even our good qualities, even our values, so we don't get attached and dogmatic about them, we offer them, you know. Even the people we can't stand, the things we can't stand, we offer those not to get rid of them. But, you know, as a way of saying to the Buddha, I have problem with this, you know. And these people I have problems with, they're going to be better off under your domain than under mine. So I offer them to you. And I offer my problems. I'm not going to cling to them and make an identity out of them. Okay? So it's quite a nice way of really opening ourselves up. And especially when we feel stuck in our practice, in our Lam Rim, you know, we feel like, okay, I'm going through it, but, you know, kind of something's lacking some juice, then it's very good at that time to focus on purification practices and accumulation of merit practices, because these are things that remove obstacles from our mind and enrich our mind with positive energy or merit. And then that makes our Lam Rim meditations much more effective. So this is one of the practices of accumulation of merit through offering our universe. Okay.